ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهد له فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده رب لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. ثم أما بعد يا معشر المسلمين. The hour draws near. The hour draws near. The hour is coming. Allah informs about the approach of the last hour and the imminent end and demise of the world. So it is upon the sensible individual, the individual who has a mind, that he prepare for this enormous day. وقال جل وعلا في كتابه الكريم أتى أمر الله فلا تستعجلون أتى أمر الله فلا تستعجلون. The event ordained by Allah Jalla wa'ala will come to pass, so seek not to hasten it. And this is in Surah Al-Naml, Surah 16, Ayat 1. As you see the people hastening their death by killing themselves with drugs and alcohol and many different drugs. You see the people hastening their death. You see the people hastening their death, ya ayyuhan nas. The hour draws near. So it is upon the individual who has a mind, who has an intellect, who has sense, to prepare for this inevitable day that is going to take place. You find individuals hastening their death, killing themselves, throwing themselves into destruction by committing suicide. You see the people hastening their death by chasing this dunya, by chasing this worldly life. The hour is approaching while mankind is in a drunken state. قال جل وعلا في كتابه الكريم اقترب للناس حسابهم وهم في غفلة معرضون. Allah Jalla wa'ala, He mentions in the Quran, draws near for mankind the reckoning while they turn away in heedlessness. Draws the hour, that the hour, it is coming, but mankind is in a state of heedlessness. قال جل وعلا اقترب للناس حسابهم وهم في غفلة معرضون. The hour, it draws near for mankind, their reckoning, while they turn away in heedlessness. Nam ya ayyuhan nas, as many of the people is only concerned with the worldly matters. They are concerned with the outer beauty, the outer appearance, their physical beauty and passions, and neglecting their souls so as to purify it from the lust and the evil temptations. Nam ya ayyuhal ikhwa, the hour, it draws near, and individuals, they are mu'ridun, they are heedless, they are playing around, they are in a state of confusion. قال جل وعلا في كتابه الكريم يعلمون ظاهرون ويعلمون ظاهرة من حياة الدنيا وهم عن الآخرة هم غافلون. They know only the outer appearance of the life of this world, and they are heedless of the hereafter. They only know the beautification of this dunya. They only know the outer appearance of this dunya. But the hereafter, they are heedless of it. They are heedless of the hereafter. وقال ابن عباس رضي الله عنه, he said this means the disbelievers know how to prosper in this world, but they are ignorant of matters of religion. And he mentions radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Ibn Abbas, he mentions. So this is what he says. So if Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, he is saying that the disbelievers, they know the outer appearance of this dunya. Ibn Abbas, he mentions that they know how to prosper in this world. They know things about this dunya. So if Ibn Abbas is saying this about the disbelievers, then how much so is the case with the Muslims falling victim to the affairs of not knowing their deen? How much so that the Muslims falling victim to being heedless and careless of their religion, but the disbelievers are rushing and they are heedless in regards to the dunya, and the Muslims, they are heedless in regards to their deen. Naam ya ayyuhan nas. So the Muslims falling victim to this affair and not knowing their deen. So the ulama of Islam also says this ayah, it means, as we mentioned the ayat, يَعْلَمُونَ ظَاهِرًا مِنْ حَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَهُمْ عَنِ الْآخِرَةِ هُمْ غَافِلُونَ. The ulama of Islam, they say this ayah, it means most people know only about this world and how to make a living and so on. They are clever when it comes to getting what they want or to getting what they need and earning a living, but they are heedless of that which will benefit them in the hereafter. They are unaware of it and have no idea about it. As Al-Hasan al-Basri, rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, it has reached the state that in this world, one of them could put a dirham, he could put some money on his finger and tell how much it weighs, but he does not know how to pray properly. Wa'iyadhu billah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. وقال جل وعلا في كتابه الكريم أولم يتدركوا, and do they not reflect on themselves? أولم يتدركوا في أنفسهم ما خلق الله السماوات والأرض وما بينهما إلا بالحق وجعل مسمى إلى الآخر الآيات. وقال جل وعلا, do they not reflect on themselves? أولم يتضروا في أنفسهم, do they not reflect on themselves? Allah has created not the heavens and the earth and all that is between them except with truth and for an appointed term. And indeed, many of mankind denied a meeting with their Lord, as it is reported from one of the Salaf, Al-Khalil ibn Ahmed, rahimahullah ta'ala. He said, men are of four types. There is the man who knows, and he knows that he knows, and he is the knowledgeable one, so follow him and ask him. And there is the man who does not know, and he knows that he does not know, so this individual, he is the ignorant one, so teach him. And then there is the man who knows, but he does not know that he does not know. He is the heedless one, so remind him. And this is the man, Mada, who does not know. And also it is a person, it is a man who does not know, but he does not know that he does not know. So he thinks he knows. And this is the fool, this is the idiot one. So be aware of him. And this is collected by Mada ibn Abdul Bar. And you can find this in the Jami' al-Bayan al-Ilm wal-Fadlih. So we mention in this, so perhaps that the Muslim can wake up from being in the drunken state of heedlessness, from being in a drunken state of unmindfulness, so that the Muslim can be prepared for the day that is going to come. So we want to remind our Muslim brothers and as well as the sisters, أَتَى أَمْرُ اللَّهِ فَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلُونَ, the event ordained by Allah Jalla wa Ala will come to pass, so seek not to hasten it. And you hear statements from individuals, they say, oh, I wish I was dead, or they hasten in their death by committing suicides, or overdosing over drugs, or being involved in that which is haram, being involved in that which is haram, hastening their death. أتى أمر الله فلا تستعجلون. The event that is ordained by Allah Jalla wa Ala will come to pass. So seek not to hasten it. So what we should be doing to prepare for this day is doing good deeds, doing righteous good deeds. Tubu ila Allah, repenting to Allah. وَمَاذَا istighfar, doing a lot of istighfar, doing a lot of supplicating, preparing ourselves for this meeting with Allah Jalla wa Ala by constantly being upon goodness, by constantly being upon the good, and also reminding those to be upon that way, staying away from the muharramat, the shubuhat, staying away from the doubtful matters, the impermissible matters, the doubtful matters, the things that you are not sure of, because you may fall into something that is displeasing to Allah Jalla wa Ala. اقترب للناس حسابهم وهم في غفلة معرضون. Draws near for mankind their reckoning, where they turn away in heedlessness, turning away from the guidance of Allah Jalla wa Ala, turning away from the reminder, the Quran, turning away from the sunnah of the messenger of Allah. This is how the individual hasten his death, by turning away from the reminder, turning away from the guidance of Allah Jalla wa Ala and the sunnah of the messenger of Allah, being heedless of these affairs, because the hour is approaching, and that which we are going to be questioned about is our Islam, the information that was presented to us, and the person he turned away from it, the person he turned away from the guidance, he turned away from the khair, he turned away from ta'ah, obedience to Allah Jalla wa Ala, and he followed his own lust, his own desires, and he led his own self into destruction. Nam ya ayyuhan nas. So it is upon the person to not be heedless, to be reminded, or when you hear these verses, when you hear the ayats, the reminder of Allah Jalla wa Ala, it is that the person he take heed to it, the person he take heed to that which he's being reminded of. يَعْلَمُونَ ظَاهِرًا مِنْ حَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. They know only the outer appearance of the life of this world. They know about the clubbing. They know about the drinking and the partying and the going out and the spending money, going on vacations, going on this cruise. They know about the sports, who got picked, who got selected. They know about the football games and all of that. They know about the good, the outer appearance of this world, this hayatul dunya that is fleeing. But they are heedless. They are heedless of the hereafter. They are heedless of the hereafter. That which is more important than the life of this world. But the life of this world is fleeing so fast, rapidly. And this is what we want to remind ourselves with the verses, the ayats of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is upon the Muslim to not be heedless of this affair, to wake up from your sleep, from your slumber, wake up from being intoxicated by this dunya, snap out of it, get back to reality, get back on your deen. You find from the people, they say, I fell off my deen, I'm not on my deen. Well, you don't have long. You don't know how long that you may be living on this earth. So snap out of your drunken states and get back into practicing. Get back into reading the Quran. Get back to praying. Get back to that which will benefit you. وصلى الله وسلم على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على رسوله الكريم